I just wanted to come on and say hi. I'm just quickly going to do my Q&A video. I have a list of questions just on my phone right in front of me that I had asked on not Snapchat. Where's my brain? On Instagram, I did a little question box on stories a couple times actually since November. So I think I have a good amount of questions. So yeah, let's just get started. First though, I want to say, excuse the look. Didn't have time, so there's that. I'm just going to leave it at that. So number one is, how did you meet your husband? This is a little off topic in terms of my planning and stationery and business, but I met my husband for the first time I was at my cousin's house, Sarah, and that's where I had originally met him. Fun little side note, when I was in Portugal with her for a few months in the summer, that's when I had started chatting with him because he worked night shift and my cousin would drag me to the cafe so that she could get internet to talk to her boyfriend at the time. This was back in 2013. So yeah, that's how that started. And then I came home and we had started dating that summer. So yeah, that's how I got to know him, was through all those chats. And then of course I met him face to face before I had left at my cousin's house. Number two, is anyone helping you with your business? Yes and no. So some of you may know I had my cousin, a different cousin, help me a bit for about a year, I want to say. Was it a year? I'm trying to think. It was back when I had rented my external office. Let's just say I think she had started maybe March, April, May. Maybe it wasn't a year. It was almost a year because I had my office and then she started helping me in that new year, which would have been 2024. I don't know, or was it a year? My brain is just going to fart and explode. Brain fart. Anyways, so she had helped me for a bit on Sundays packing orders, and then we had decided, we decided in 2024, so this was 2023. We had decided in 2024, early 2024, that once spring started, we'd probably stop because I didn't want to work Sundays anymore. I wanted to spend time with the kids. She wanted to do the same thing, and she could only come on Sundays. Prior to that, I had, obviously, my husband helped me before with Macy Mail when I had my subscription. He helps me with little tasks here and there, like packing grab bags or labeling stock for my maker's store. So if you don't know, I am in 2 stores in the malls that are local to me. Well, same store, 2 locations. It's called The Makers, and I'm in Metrotown in Guildford. I have a shelf there, so he helps me label everything with the SKU and the dollar amount. And that's pretty much it at this time. I know, sucks, but actually, you know what? Last year, for the first time, I had gotten a bookkeeper as well and an accountant. So this is my first time this tax season, I won't have to do my own taxes. So that's exciting, and that definitely counts. So when did you start your business and what led you to it? Well, I started in March 3rd, 2017. It was actually while I was on the airplane coming home from my wedding and honeymoon in the Dominican. This was in January. I was actually doodling on my husband's Surface Pro tablet just for fun. And I had thought, at the time I was buying stickers for a long time, like maybe since 2014, and planning and all of that. And I thought, you know what, if other people can do it, why can't I do it? And I thought it would be a way to help, get financially ahead, pay down debt, things like that. So that was originally why I had started and when. Number 4, what was your first products? Stickers. There were character stickers, some doodle stickers, and that was really what I had started the business with. Number 5 is, what's the story behind PMC and Macy the monkey? The name Macy doesn't mean anything to me, actually. I just thought it went hand in hand, monkey and Macy. I thought it was cute, so I picked Macy. I don't actually have any personal connection to it, which is honestly better at the time because then I wouldn't, I don't know, if I had changed my mind, it would bother me. So yeah, that is Macy. And then I picked a monkey because at the time there were no character monkeys that I had known about. And as you know, the planning community back in 2017, 2016 was, I'd say, more hostile in the sense that you couldn't draw something if somebody else drew it first, even though you're drawing something and your drawing, it looks different. Anything like that. It was crazy. So that is how I came with the monkey. I would say the community in itself in the last few years has gotten a lot better. People are kinder. Shop owners help each other out a lot more. We don't really keep as many secrets. The one thing I won't give is my manufacturer for certain things, because as you may know, once you spend time buying samples and paying for samples, it gets expensive. So unless somebody's splitting that with me, I'm not giving that away for free, considering that I invested in finding those sources. But other than that, like tips on a program or like a cutting machine, things like that, people generally are happier to help each other, which I find very comforting and kind. And yeah, so I picked a monkey just because, I know it was a tangent, just because it wasn't already taken, and I liked monkeys. I really liked penguins, but there was already a Canadian shop that did penguins, and penguins are my favorite animal, so I didn't do that. But that's kind of why I picked Macy the monkey. Number 6, what do you wish you knew or could change when starting your business? I wish I knew what I knew now. Of course, everybody will say that. There's a lot of stuff that would have been beneficial to know, but at the same time, I think about it, and it's really important to learn as you go, and make those mistakes so that you can then be successful, because I find that I've learned a lot just making mistakes. And then, what do I wish I knew? Oh, what do I wish I could change? I wish I could change my mindset a bit. I don't know, I kind of held back a lot because I thought it was just a side thing, because I worked at the hospital night shifts at the time. And at first it was just like a hobby side thing, but I wish I had gone into it with this is straight up, I can do this, business only type mindset. I didn't think I was capable of it. I think that's accurate. And it's not that I wasn't passionate about it back then. Like, I really was hoping, but I feel as if I would have gotten embarrassed, or like telling people, even to this day, I get embarrassed. So I wish I could change my mindset. Because it's really kind of hard to explain to people what I do, and people kind of look and they say, that's silly, you couldn't live off of that, but I technically support my whole family, and that's really cool, and I think that's amazing, and I'm proud of myself, but at the same time, it's embarrassing because people don't get it unless you get it. If you're in the community and you have a business, like, you'll understand, or people will go like, oh, that's so easy, you're so lucky. Every day, I would say at least once a day, I wish I could just go back to my old job. That was easy. Just working at the hospital, you clock in, you leave, you have your job, and then this, you just wear so many different hats. And it's very stressful, honestly, doing everything for yourself and making sure you do it on time. Like, you have to be very motivated, productive, on top of things, essentially. Number 7, what programs do you use to create your designs? So on my iPad, I draw with Procreate. I don't draw everything that I put out. Some of like my vinyl die cuts, things like that, I purchase the commercial art on sometimes Etsy, sometimes small business websites that I have found through a creator's website. I'm trying to think of the other one, the market I use. I'll think on it. I'll try and remember. Anyways, so I draw on Procreate, and then I design. Since I bought the graph text, I've been designing in Adobe Illustrator. Before that, I used Silhouette Studios, because I do still have 4 of like my 10 silhouettes, because I haven't had time to reformat to cut everything on the graph tech machines that I have. So, but like right now I have Adobe Illustrator open. I was designing on there, and then Washi tape I design on Photoshop. I do listing photos on Photoshop. And then I do ads on Photoshop or Canva. So I use Photoshop, Canva, Adobe Illustrator, and Procreate. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. And then Silhouette Studio still, but I don't design on there, so I shouldn't really add that. We'll just X that. I used to use that. How do you find vendors to make stickers and notebooks? So I make my own stickers. Washi stickers though, what else? Anything that's holographic, I don't make. I get them manufactured. There's just Google, Alibaba, Google. There's probably some local businesses that could do it for a bit more expensive. My vinyl die cuts I personally get done. These are the waterproof die cuts with a Canadian business. But then like notebooks, washi tape, everything like that is manufactured overseas. And really, Google and searching is your best friend. That goes for anything. If you need information on anything, and guys, YouTube is also great. There's a lot of people that give tips on there. Let's see. Number 8, how do you find oh no, I already did that one. How do I find a brain? I don't know. Number 9, what are your most and least favorite things you've created, and what do people buy the most? I would say people buy the most is hard because I sell a lot of stickers and I sell a lot of notebooks, like a good amount. I sell a good amount of washi tape, and magnetic pins is not my most, but I think the pins is one of my most favorite things that I have, sold in my shop. But of course the notebooks and then stickers, because I love to draw. I think it's so fun. So that would be my favorite product personally. My least favorite thing that I have created, I would say designed or created with my hands, would be, I don't like doing albums. I don't like putting the stickers on it. It's so redundant and it's boring. And then also sticky notes, I find I'm just not, passionate about that. And then I would say some stickers. Like the minimalist ones, I enjoyed doing because I use those the most, but I don't enjoy drawing them because there's no color, if that makes sense. So let's see. Number 10, somebody asked blue freely noted with a question mark. Yes, I did release a B6 blue freely noted, and then I did order, I think I ordered 2 sizes. I don't remember what I had ordered. Maybe I did, I just ordered one in standard size, I think. I think the standard size is coming, but this is the blue freely noted notebook. And there will be more if it does well. Number 11, small business pet peeves. Guys, the list is so long. No, I'm just kidding. But number 1, not reading information already provided, therefore wasting my time and your time by emailing to ask a question that you could find easily on your email that you get when you order, on the website's shop policies or frequently asked questions page. And this goes for any business. I'm pretty sure every business has one of those pages. Look there first, and I promise you the answer will not change whether you send an email with whatever story. And I know that might sound harsh, but you have to hold your boundaries. It doesn't matter if somebody has this reason for wanting to cancel an order. If the business doesn't accept cancellations, it's not going to matter what that reason is, that why you want to cancel it, because this is one of my biggest things, is the entitlement is a pet peeve. It's not my fault you didn't budget correctly, or live within your means. And I think a lot of people think that others should care, essentially. And people care and have empathy, but at the same time, if I were to say sure and go against my policies for one person, I have to do it for everybody, because then I have no integrity myself. What's the point in having policies? So, and this is something I've learned along the way, and I think I got really strict with in 2024 because I was burnt out and I was just annoyed by people, their lack of care for my time, and also just the entitlement is so big and it's massive, and I think a lot of people really should just be shopping on Amazon. I really do. Another big pet peeve is not reading processing time before putting in an order, and then expecting like special treatment, I guess, if that makes sense, or getting mad and sending an email like, why isn't their order shipped? It's there before you order. It's there on your order confirmation email. If you needed it for a birthday, that is not my fault. You didn't plan accordingly or read the information provided. I have an auto reply set up now, thankfully. I did this last year because if the email is answered with the auto reply, I'm not going to send another reply. And I think that's fair, and pretty sure I note that, like, if your question is answered with this email, you will not receive another reply, just because it is, quite frankly, a waste of time, essentially, and I don't have very much time to be in the office. So, and it's not fair to the other customers who, have read the information, have done, read everything, and they're waiting for a reply on something like an order issue, quality issue, or a question like an inquiry, or just anything that's not already answered, I would say. So I do also include my shop policies and FAQ link in that auto reply for my email now. Another pet peeve would be with shipping. I can't even tell you. I think everybody feels this way, but the amount of emails I get if somebody's order is late or missing. I just want to say, like, you guys, if your order is missing, you need to put a claim in with your local delivery service. So if you're in the United States, I think it's just USPS that my labels will then be changed over to. If you're in Canada, Canada Post, or in telecom or whatever service is being used with your tracking. That is, if you have tracking. It's another pet peeve when people don't pay for tracking. This would just be Canadians and international, because airmail doesn't include tracking, but all of my mail automatically to the United States, the only option is track now, and this is because I had this issue far too often. People would then email me asking like, oh, where's my tracking number? You did not pick tracking. It is not free. So yeah, that is like a separate pet peeve, but it's kind of like within the same thing. But it would just be the lost mail thing. You guys have to make claims with your local delivery services. Oh, this is Riddle, by the way. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing. Or people expecting like after 2 days it's shipped and they're like, why is my order not here yet? I don't know. Take it up with the postal people, and that's really unreasonable timing. Not even if somebody lived the city over from me will they get their mail in 2 days. So I don't know if it's just like maybe whatever country they're in, they have that level of service. I'm not used to that here in Canada, and I don't know. That's just another pet peeve. Not everybody's like this, of course. It's like a few out of like the mass amount of different customers that I have. So I will say that that's just like when I do get it, I'm like, oh, why? Okay. Number 12, the maker's stuff. Is it worth it? So this is the business that I have 2 shelves in where I sell my products. The value of it and what are you making there? So I want to say each shelf in Metrotown and Guildford, I want to say I pay $400 something a month to rent the little shelf space. And I would say at first it wasn't as worth it. Guildford Mall isn't as good as the Metrotown one. The Metrotown one is definitely worth it. I'm going to see if I can find on my phone here. I don't mind sharing this kind of revenue stuff, but like obviously main business stuff I won't be. But I don't know if I have it written down. I thought I did. Now it's going to drive me nuts, I bet. Like I thought I had it in my thing. Let's see. 2025 Plannermonkeyco. Maybe I have it in my... I'm looking at my Milanote, by the way, because this is where I put most of my notes so that I could have it all in one spot. Although I think I made too many boards because now I get confused. Makers. I don't think it's working. Okay. I think it works on my computer. So I'll see right here real quick if it works. Anyways, I know some people really don't mind sharing. I kind of do because I do think it's a private information. So just to put it into perspective, I want to say I joined the Metrotown Makers maybe in April. But it was kind of slow beforehand. So I think April 1st to 16th payout was $700. I think that was just Guilford. And then like March, 610. The other one in March, because this is for 2 weeks, was 768. And then once July hit, there was one that was 1,055. July 16th to 31st was $1,600. And the biggest one yet that I have written down was December 1st to 15th. And this is for both stores, was $27.86 Canadian. So it definitely picked up at the end of this year. It's like, I think both stores are equally as good. I want to say like each month. Yeah, I want to say once August hit for sure, but July was good as well. Things picked up, and I want to say that's also when I swapped in Guilford over to more vinyl die cut designs. That's what really sells in the Guilford Mall for me. Same with Metrotown. So I don't sell planner sticker sheets there really. It's mostly just washi notebooks and the vinyl die cut stickers. I'll try to include some pictures if I remember here so you can see my displays. I haven't been there since early December though to restock, so I need to do that because it's January 12th. So yeah, I'm just watching the dog. He's eating up my slipper. Oh good, he's going to lay down. Okay. Anyway, so I do think it's worth it. It's obviously not a big part of my business revenue, but I would say out of the $800 something I spend per month, if my average has been about I don't know. Bi-weekly was about $1,600. So I would say it's still worth it. Like any profit is profit. Even back when it was $700 for the 2 weeks, but it was only one shelf, I would say it's still worth it because you're still making a profit. And for me, it was more or less, I got a lot more local customers online after I had joined those shelves because all my business cards are always gone when I go back to restock. So I do like that, and I do think that just the amount of people that have found my business even online, because I have a vast variety online compared to the shelf, has increased. So yes, it's worth it. Anyways, number 13. How is it possible for your puppy to be so cute? He's cute. He was born October 28th. His name's Riddle, and we surprised the kids with him for Christmas because after having, what happened to our Dachshund Dobby, and going through that, there has just been like something off. There's an empty space essentially in, well, personally my heart. I really enjoy having a dog. What else? And then the kids kept asking. They miss playing with the dog. They like the cuddles. Things like that. So he is a mini, I would say like a micro mini is what he's called, golden doodle. So he will maximum get up to 20 pounds, which is why the breeder had said that he's a micro mini. But yeah, so he will be a bit heavier and bigger than our Dachshund was, but I don't know. I think he has really fit in with our family perfectly. So, I don't know. He's so cute because he's cute. He's fluffy. So number 14, what is your biggest dream for PMC? My biggest dream is just to continue being able to do what I do and also provide the amount that I can provide for my family. I wouldn't say I have like a big dream to open some massive store because I don't. That is not something I don't even think I would want to do. I think it would be cool to be in more stores or like have a collaboration product with a bigger business, but I wouldn't want to become that, if that makes sense. I like what I'm doing right now, and I think my biggest dream is just to continue being able to do it, if that like is worded correctly. So yeah, that was all my questions that I had. There was only 14. thankfully, because this took longer than I thought. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and now that I have a proper camera and a microphone, things like that, I'm going to be doing more, especially like maybe weekly office vlog style videos. And then I need to do a new office tour once I tidy it up a bit to show you what is my office space. I'll show you a little bit. That is pretty much what I'm working with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.